Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, God of Heroics, and today we are doing another little story time. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because this is a work story, and oh my god, it's some absolute nonsense and low key kind of disrespect. I recently, or we recently, got a couple new people at my job, and if you didn't know, I am an assistant manager at my job. So this new person comes in and I'm talking to her. Let's call her Kathy. I talk to pretty much everybody to find out what kind of person they are, see if we can vibe and blah, blah, blah. And it makes working with them a lot easier and a little bit more fun because, work can also be stressful. So I delegated a task to one other person, and then I also told Kathy to that I'm gonna have her on register and fixing up the accessories and all the stuff that's at the front of the store, the last minute grabs and all that stuff. And I'm doing my own task as well. So while Kathy's on register, whenever she needs assistance with something, I always come up there, or she would always call me to come up there to help her with whatever it is, giving certain discounts, dealing with the customers with whatever issues they may have that she's not sure how to handle yet. And I even go up there to check our sales numbers and all this stuff, like seeing how many visits we have, where we're at financially, and stuff like that, like every other hour. Manager stuff, right? So towards the end of my shift, I'm having this other conversation with her and a couple other people. Don't I'm not giving them names because it doesn't really matter. They're not a huge part of the situation at hand. But anyway, so I'm talking to Kathy and these others, and we're talking about some drama going on with upper management. Not relevant to this story, but there is some drama going on with upper management. And we were pretty much discussing what we've witnessed and, going back and forth with information, making sure everybody understands what's going on or make sure everyone at least knows what's going on. And one of my other friends, let's call her Lorelai. Lorelai is like, oh, she's like, oh, it's kind of interesting that of all the managers, you're the least problematic one. And then Kathy's like, you're a manager? The fuck do you mean I'm a man? Like, well, how do you not know that? Like, and I gave her this look like, huh? And I said, oh, well, just fuck me then, because like this whole shift, I've delegated tasks to other people. I've been, teaching, actually showing people how to do those tasks. I gave her a task and was showing her how to do it. Was going up there to deal with like all these customer issues. I was putting in my employee numbers to push things through, like discounts for like customers for like their work. Like we do partnership with like other businesses, like business to business, where we do discounts for them, they do discounts for us. And I was putting in those, and I was just like doing all these manager tasks, and like, how does she not notice that? But anyway, this reminded me of another situation that I had with another set of coworkers. So there's these other two that I work with. Let's call them uh Daisy and I was gonna say Kathy, but I just said Kathy. Daisy and Jessica. So Daisy and Daisy, I talked to her a little bit more than I talked to Jessica, and it's because Jessica doesn't speak a lot of English, and so Jessica speaks Spanish primarily, and the little bit of English that she does know, she talks to me with what she does know, and we try to kind of figure out the conversation as we go along, and it helps her understand English a little bit better. She's actually been learning and getting better with English. Anyway, I'm talking to Daisy. It's like early in the morning before we open, and we're having some conversation. I don't remember the exact context of it, but somewhere in that conversation, my girlfriend came up, and Daisy has met my girlfriend. She's actually come to my job during closing hours, like after the store shut down, and she'll just chill and wait for me to be done so that we can go home together. And because her job is nearby, and because of this, most of my coworkers have met her. So Daisy is one of the ones who's met her. 100% certain Jessica has worked in the store when she came in at least twice. And so we're having this conversation. I mentioned my girlfriend to Daisy, and then Jessica looks at me and it's like, "You have a girlfriend?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And then with the absolute disrespect, she's like, "You have a girlfriend?" I'm like, Why the fuck are you saying that? Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm just the least dateable human alive. Like, what do you mean? You. Yes, yes. That's the relationship equivalent of like being called you people. Like, what the fuck you mean you people? What do you mean you have a girlfriend? Yes. Damn. You think I'm just undateable? Like, I don't think I'm that attractive, but that don't mean I have zero pull. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, I think it's just interesting that I've had two back-to-back situations in like the same month, by the way, where people just somehow didn't know information and then just throw it in my face like, "What? That's you?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Anyway, Dark Enchantress cookie video coming soon. I already have done all the research, just gotta make the presentation. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.